Peace. Campaign Trail live October 16th. Happy Holy Day of Atonement to all my brothers and sisters that's observing the Holy Day of Atonement today. You see the title. We're going to get into that shortly, but I wanted to kind of go over this briefly, and that is the 8 steps of atonement. During the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan's address 29 years ago, October 16th, in Washington, D.C., the Million Man March, where almost 2 million black men of America showed up and made history. He outlined the 8 principal steps in the atonement process. Step number 1, someone must point out our wrongs. Someone must point out the wrong. If we don't point it out ourselves, we must allow someone or someones to point it out for us and to us. Number 2 is us acknowledging our wrong, acknowledging and admitting and confessing that we actually did the wrong. 3 is confess our fault in the matter. Confess first to Allah or God, whatever God we believe in, then to those who we actually violated or offended. 4 is repent. Repentance. Repentance is a feeling of remorse, express remorse or contrition or shame for the past conduct or crime or violation that we committed, which we knew was wrong and sinful. The 5th step is the actual title, which is atonement, to atone, which means to make amends. And reparations, we don't go in on that word. Make amends and reparations for the wrong that we committed. And then after that, the 6th step is forgiveness by the offended party. Forgiveness by the people that we actually violated or did the wrong against. To cease to feel offense and resentment against one another or another for the harm done. So we're trying to do what's necessary, right? And offer to do what's necessary for the person that or people that we violated to forgive us if they're even still alive for us to forgive. And the 7th step is reconciliation, to reconcile or restore the trust or the respect and possibly even the love. Reconciliation and restoration, meaning to become friendly and peaceable with each other again. And the 8th and final step is, after all of that, perfect union, to unite, to reunite with God or the Most High, Allah, and with the person or people that we violated. So those are the 8 steps of atonement that everybody in the NOI has been practicing every year for the last 29 years, starting in 1995 with the Million Man March. This is what the Million Man March was really about. It wasn't just about million men marching. It wasn't no march on Washington. It was a holy day of atonement where we all got together and presented our bodies physically to confess our wrong and to admit before God and the world that we wasn't who and what we were supposed to be towards ourselves, each other, our women, our children, our families, our ancestors. So we was asking and praying God's forgiveness and the people that we violated and the people that we represent. And the men had to do it first because the men are the natural leaders. So anything that's going to be done, we have to set the example by doing it first. So that's what the Holy Day of Atonement, Million Man March was really all about. So in the spirit of the Million Man March, in the spirit of Holy Day of Atonement, again, this is your brother Cam, and I would like to apologize and ask y'all's forgiveness for anything and everything that I have done that violated you or offended you or that was wrong. I confess. I ask for y'all's forgiveness. I apologize for it. And I would hope and pray that y'all can forgive me and let me know what I can do to make it right. If it could be made right, let me know what I can do to make it right. I'm doing that publicly first, and of course, privately, I got to do it, and been doing it for the last few days, couple days. But that's the first and foremost. We about reconciling. I'm little brother Cam, Mr. Peace Treaty, and these is the steps that we was learning way back in 1992 that played such a big part in the gang truce, in the Bloods and Crips gang truce in Watts and Compton back in 92. And where I made the song Peace Treaty, it was all based on these atonement steps by the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. So in that spirit and in the name of, the Most High God, and in the name of our people, peace and blessings and happy holy day of atonement. And with that being said, we're going to get into the topic tonight, campaign trail. Our people, Black people's emotions running super high right now over voting for a presidential candidate, Kamala Harris or Donald Trump. Why is that? Why is that? We're going to get into some details. Let's play. This is a clip that I think interview that just happened today. It's not the whole interview. I just kind of clipped out some clips, and it's not looking too good, but who knows? It don't matter to me which candidate becomes the president. I'm just concerned about the condition of my people. Not concerned about no American politics and politicians. I'm saying no magicians. But I am definitely addressing, probably for the last few times, this emotional manipulation, this emotional dedication that we have adopted towards these candidates. So I don't know the name of this dude, but she, for whatever reason, agreed to try to be courageous and do an interview with Fox TV, and this dude right here, kind of cooked her. So let's check it out.
Madam Vice President, more than 70% of people
that is
tell
about turning the
pollsters
page on rhetoric that people are frankly exhausted of, Brett.
More than 70% of people tell the country is on the wrong track. They say the country is on the wrong track. If it's on the wrong track, that track follows 3.5 years of you being vice president and President Biden being president. That is what they're saying, 79% of them. Why are they saying that? If you're turning the page, you've been in office for 3.5 years.
You've been the page, like you've been the book. You turning the page on your own last three and a half years is what he's saying. Oh, it's not starting out too good. It's not looking good.
And Donald Trump has been running for office.
But you've been the person holding the office.
What? What'd she say? What do Donald Trump got to do? What did Donald Trump running for office got to do with you being the power holding that's sitting in the seat of power of the office for the last 3.5 years? Wow. Let me back that up. Let me juvenile back that ass up right quick.
Saying that if you're turning the page, you've been in office for 3.5 years.
And Donald Trump has been running for office.
But you've been the person holding the office.
Come on.
Madam
You
Vice
and I
President.
both know what I'm talking about. You and I both know what I'm talking about.
I actually don't. What are you talking about?
What I'm talking about.
Oh, damn. Oh, that she got lost. She got stuck. And then she damn, she didn't have no teleprompter. She starts talking about you know what I'm talking about. He was like, I actually don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? Oh, damn, Gina. Oh.
3.5 years.
And Donald Trump has been running for office.
But you've been the person holding the office.
Come on.
Madam
You
Vice
and I
President.
both know what I'm talking about. You and I both know what I'm talking about.
I actually don't. What are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is that over the last decade,
hold on. I got
people have become.
Hold on. She said, you know what I'm talking about. She's trying to laugh it off. She got stuck. She got deer stuck in the headlights. Damn.
And Donald Trump has been running for office.
But you.
How is that the answer to his question? I don't mean to keep on stopping and interrupting, but damn.
But they're saying 79% of them. Why are they saying that? If you're turning the page, you've been in office for 3.5 years.
And Donald Trump has been running for office.
But you've been the person holding the office.
Come on.
Madam
You
Vice
and I
President.
both know what I'm talking about. You and I both know what I'm talking about.
I actually don't. What are you talking about?
What I'm talking about is that over the last decade, people have become. But listen, over the last decade, it is clear to me, and certainly the Republicans who are on stage with me, the former chief of staff to the president, Donald Trump, former defense secretaries, national security advisor, and his vice president. One, that he is unfit to serve, that he is unstable, that he is dangerous, and that people are exhausted with someone who professes to be a leader who spends full time demeaning and engaging in personal grievances and it being about him instead of the American people. People are tired of that.
If that's the case, why is half the country supporting him? Why is he beating you in a lot of swing states? Why, if he's as bad as you say, that half of this country is now supporting this person who could be the 47th president of the United States? Why is that happening?
This is an election for president of the United States. It's not supposed to be easy.
Wait a minute. That's not an answer. Are you saying that the people are, because Trump is, if he is all of that, but then he got that many people that's following him. If he's all of that, then you're saying that the people that's following him is also all of that. If he's an idiot, then the people that you say support him or is voting for him or half the country must be that also. That's what he's trying to he's trying to get her to answer. Damn, boy. You picked the wrong one, Kamala.
Is now supporting this person who could be the 47th president of the United States. Why is that happening?
This is an election for president of the United States. It's not supposed to be easy.
Why is it happening?
It's not supposed to be. It is not supposed to be a cakewalk for anyone.
So are they misguided, the 50%?
Right.
Are they stupid? What is it?
I would never say that about the American people. And in fact, if you listen to Donald Trump, if you watch any of his rallies, he's the one who tends to demean and belittle and diminish the American people. He's the one who talks about an enemy within, an enemy within, talking about the American people, suggesting he would turn the American military on the American people.
Didn't y'all turn the American military or the legal system against a U.S. president? Didn't y'all turn the media and social media? Didn't y'all ban the sitting U.S. president off of social media? Didn't y'all cancel and censor and use all these other things, everything but the military, and damn near probably the military or whatever when y'all claim it? So if it's good for the goose, ain't it good for the gander? Like, okay.
We asked that question to the former president today. Harris Faulkner had a town hall, and this is how he responded.
I heard about that. They were saying I was like threatening. I'm not threatening anybody. They're the ones doing the threatening. They do phony investigations. I've been investigated more than Alphonse Capone. He was the greatest gangster. No, it's true. No, but think of it. It's called weaponization of government. It's a terrible thing.
So,
damn. So I don't know if he was threatening or if he was making a promise. Because when he said that, the enemy within, and if we got to do this, I don't think that was a threat. I think that was his plans. That wasn't he said, this is what I'm gonna do. It wasn't no threat. It wasn't like no ultimatum. He said, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna deport such and such. So if 20 million or more violent or criminal, undocumented, illegal aliens that's taking our jobs and taking our, that's victimizing our people, if he's going to use the military, are those the Americans that he's talking about, or is he going to use the military against the Americans that brought them in here and spent our tax dollars on them instead of on us? He said, if necessary, I use the National Guard and the military. So, just keep listening.
Brett, I'm sorry, and with all due respect, that clip was not what he has been saying about the enemy within, that he has repeated when he's speaking about the American people. That's not what you just showed.
Well, he was asked about that specific...
No, that's not what you just showed. In all fairness and respect to you,
that was the question that we asked him.
You didn't show that, and here's the bottom line. He has repeated it many times, and you and I both know that. And you and I both know that he has talked about turning the American military on the American people. He has talked about going after...
So ain't that what the American military is for? Ain't that what the National Guard is for? Ain't that what Homeland Security is for? Yeah, enemies foreign and domestic. Domestic terrorism, right? If somebody has been allowed or let or brought or invited into America, into the border of America, that's what the military is for, ain't it? It's for the people that was brought in. It's for the people that brought them in. If it's American politicians that brought them in, then they just as guilty as the ones that they brought, right? Ain't that what the military is for? You know what I'm saying? It's all right when you trying to use them against ninjas, or you trying to use them against Africa or third world countries or Middle Eastern countries, but you don't want to acknowledge that the greatest criminals are right here. You don't want to say that. Huh?
People who are engaged in peaceful protest. He has talked about locking people up because they disagree with him. This is a democracy.
Locking people up because they disagree with him? I never heard that. Why y'all locking him up? Why y'all trying to lock him up? See, like I said, I'm not a voter for Trump, but I'm not blind neither. This is what hurts so many of my people's heart and why they so emotional, because for whatever reason, you drunk the Kool-Aid. You drunk the emotional hypnosis Kool-Aid of thinking that you're supposed to get behind this female right here as though she represents you. And everything that she's saying against Trump, even though she's supposed to be talking about what she has done. She's the vice president right now, and her boss or her partner, Joe Biden, is guilty of all of the stuff she's trying to point on to accuse dude of. He ain't the president. He ain't even in politics right now. How are you blaming him for anything when you got the power? You got the control. You sitting in the seat of power. You ain't got to worry about nothing he talking about. You didn't do nothing until it's time to go to election. You don't want to go sit with Charlemagne and go, what you call that? Atlanta, do rallies. You don't want to talk to black people until it's or go to the border until it's election time. But you're supposed to be turning the page on your own policies. You're supposed to be bringing a change against what? Against your own president, your own policies.
And in a democracy, the president of the United States, in the United States of America, should be willing to be able to handle criticism without saying he'd lock people up for doing it. And this is what is at stake, which is why you have someone like the former chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff saying what Mark Milley has said about Donald Trump being a threat to the United States of America.
He's quoted in the Bob Woodward book that way, yes. Let me ask you this, Madam Vice President. You call Donald Trump...
The significance of that.
You call Donald Trump... he's misguided. You say now he's unstable.
He is unstable, Brett.
He's not well. You say he's mentally not stable.
He's not stable.
Let me ask you this. You told many interviewers that Joe Biden was on his game, that ran around circles on his staff.
Oh, did you see how he set that up? I knew that was coming. I knew that was Jack. You said that he was unstable. You said he was mentally unfit. And she was like, yes, he is. Oh, she didn't even see that overhand right coming. Oh, Jesus, you're not going to be able to make it. Poor Harry, poor Imhoff, you're not going to be able to make it. You didn't even see him setting you up, and you was going right along with it.
Call Donald Trump. He's misguided. You say now
he's unstable. He is unstable, Brett.
He's not well. You say he's mentally not stable.
He's not stable.
Let me ask you this. You told many interviewers that Joe Biden was on his game, that ran around circles on his staff. When did you first notice that President Biden's mental faculties appeared diminished?
Gotcha.
Joe Biden.
Gotcha.
I have watched from the Oval Office to the Situation Room. And he has the judgment and the experience to do it.
Freudian slip. He has the experiment, as in Weekend at Bernie, MK Ultra, Manchurian candidate experiment. You said experiment. Bless your heart.
Office to the Situation Room, and he has the judgment and the experience to do exactly what he has done in making very important decisions on behalf of the American people.
There were no concerns raised?
Brett, Joe Biden is not on the ballot.
I understand.
And Donald Trump.
Look how she's trying to get away. Joe Biden is not on the ballot. No, Joe Biden is the president still. Why was you lying to the American people, telling us that he's on his A game and ain't nothing wrong with him and he's so sharp, when you knew he was suffering from dementia and you was busy lying to the American people until he had to come out and do that debate against Trump? When the world got to see that the Democrats had to force their own president out of the race. Get this nigga out of here. Like, you know what I'm saying? So how are you talking about Trump when it's your own partner, your own president that you were saying was sharp and on his A game, that couldn't even walk up or down a flight of stairs without falling? Didn't even know how to get off a stage or how to get on a stage or how many times he done shook somebody's hand already. And you saying he's at his sharpest, he had his A game. And so what does that say about your judgment? If you can't even recognize incompetence or mental instability in your partner, in the president, how you going to point it out in Donald Trump?
Donald Trump
but you talked about it.
And Donald Trump
after George Clooney said within a few minutes of talking to President Biden at a fundraiser that he thought this was not the same Joe Biden that we saw on the debate stage.
Donald Trump is on the ballot.
I understand. You met with him at least once a week for 3.5 years. You didn't.
He said, I understand. You met with him at least once a week for 3.5 years. So it ain't about whether or not he's on the ballot. He's the president running our lives right now. And you couldn't recognize that he was mentally unstable, like you claiming you could recognize Trump is mentally unstable. Incredible, boy. That you done stepped in every bear trap he set for you so far.
Have any concerns?
I think the American people have a concern about Donald Trump.
Madam Vice President.
What about your policies? What about what he's asking you about you and recognizing Joe Biden's incompetency, recognizing your boss dementia? What do that have to do with Donald Trump?
That he thought this was not the same Joe Biden that we saw on the debate stage.
Donald Trump is on the ballot.
I understand. You met with him at least once a week for 3.5 years. You didn't have any concerns?
I think the American people have a concern about Donald Trump.
Madam Vice President, 2 more things. You were asked on 60 Minutes about the biggest threat that the world faces, that the U.S. faces. This is what you said.
Which foreign country do you consider to be our greatest adversary?
I think there's an obvious one in mind, which is Iran. Iran has American blood on their hands.
Iran is America's greatest adversary. What has Iran did to America? Iran? So not Russia, not China, not North Korea, not India. Iran? How is Iran threatening America? But let's keep listening, though.
Considered to be our greatest adversary.
I think there's an obvious one in mind, which is Iran. Iran has American blood on their hands. Okay, this attack on Israel, 200 ballistic.
Okay, look. America is not Israel. How does she say Iran has American blood on their hands because they attacked Israel? What Americans' blood is on Iran's hands? Did y'all just see that? Israel is not America. Israel is not America, and America is not Israel, right?
U.S. faces. This is what you said.
Which foreign country do you consider to be our greatest adversary?
I think there's an obvious one in mind, which is Iran. Iran has American blood on their hands. Okay, this attack on Israel, 200 ballistic missiles. What we need to do to ensure that Iran never achieves the ability to be a nuclear power.
What about the enemies of America that do got nuclear power? They're not a bigger threat. That's not a bigger adversary. China and North Korea and Pakistan and people that's already enemies of America that do got nuclear weapons. How is Iran some threat? What American blood do Iran got on their hands? You hadn't mentioned that. You still talking about Israel. You know, your husband's nation.
It's one of my highest priorities.
Highest priority
is the ability to be a nuclear power. That is one of my highest priorities.
Do you support reparations for Black people of America? Because your highest priority is to make sure that Israel, he asked you about America's adversary, and you jump to Israel's defense. You making sure Israel gets $38 billion of descendant of slave, 40 acres and no mule tax dollars that we ain't being able to get nothing, no benefits for. But you're going to tell us you're going to tell him specifically what you're going to keep on dedicating for Israel. And he asked you about America. He asked you about America. He didn't ask you about Israel.
A number of experts thought you would say China. The FBI director had said that. But you said Iran. If that's the case, what do you say to critics who look at the actions of your administration and say you're not acting like Iran is the number one threat?
Thank you, Hashim. In the I've Been to the Mountaintop speech, Martin Luther King Jr. said, Democrats don't do what they put on paper for Black people. And they deleted him the very next day. Salute, Hashim Wilson. Thank you for the super chat and the support as always. Much love, soldier, warrior. Let's get back to this.
Well, I will tell you most recently, whether it was in April or in October, and then several hours on each occasion, that Iran posed a threat to Israel.
He said America.
I was there.
Wow.
In April.
Wow.
Actions of your administration and say you're not acting like Iran is the number one threat.
To America. He's saying you're not acting like Iran is the number one threat to America.
Well, I will tell you most recently, whether it was in April or in October, and then several hours on each occasion, that Iran posed a threat to Israel.
To Israel. You stuttering. You stuttering. And you talking about Israel. We're not talking about Israel. But I guess that is your priority, right? Because that's who you married. That's who you dedicating our tax dollars, our slave, no reparation tax dollars to every year for the last 76 years. So it makes perfect sense. But Trump is the problem. Trump, you know, he wants to, I guess, keep American dollars in America, right? You know, he's the art of the deal. He's a multi-billionaire. As far as I remember, if I'm wrong, let me know. But Black people were doing far better, entrepreneurially speaking, under Trump's administration. It was no wars. It was none of this that's going on right here. Right?
I was there, most recently in the Situation Room, in the most recent attack, working with the heads of our military and doing what America must always do to defend and to support Israel in its...
We're talking about America. Look at it, man. You keep talking about it. I was there. What? You was there to witness America supporting Israel? Why ain't you there to witness America and tax dollars and military and billions of dollars to support Black people? Reparations, you know, the thing that you were specifically asked, that you say you ain't gonna do nothing that's just gonna benefit Black people, but you constantly singling out how you benefiting Israel, ethnic white Jewish ethnicity Israel. Y'all all need to see this. That's why I play it. It's not that I'm pro-Trump, but Trump is not acting Black. Trump is not acting Black. He's not pandering or whatever, acting like he's Black. We don't like Trump because we know he's white and he's pushing white. He's being natural. If you're a white person, then you're supposed to be pushing white first. You know what I'm saying? That's natural. You're supposed to marry white. You know what I'm saying? That's just the laws of nature, right? Big cats. You got lions, tigers, leopards, cougars, cheetahs, jaguars. They all big cats, but they look out for self and kind first, right? They look out for self and kind first. That's nature. That's how all these creatures, God's creatures, have existed this long and been able to coexist without violating each other's borders and territories and space and trying to mate with, their prides or whatever. So listen, keep listening.
Its requirement to defend itself and to give American support to be able to allow Israel to have the resources to defend itself against attack, including from Iran and Iran's terrorist proxies in the region.
Right.
And that
but those
is,
proxies were getting funded by
my commitment
Iran.
to that is unyielding and unwavering.
Madam Vice President.
He said them proxies has been funded by the CIA, been funded by the American government. But yeah, that's all. I'm not gonna play the whole thing. This is just a clip. I just kept trying to keep it within 10 minutes. But man, let's go to the comment section, man. I don't want to draw this out too long, but it's just getting interesting. I can play it again, but I saw a few comments that I wanted to kind of address. Salute again, Hashim Wilson, for the super chat. And also, the Cash App is in the pin to the comments. So anybody that want to help keep the podcast going, because I'm on censor mode now. They didn't got a hold of my algorithm over here, and so they got me, on that censor on the Donald Trump censorship list. Lamanu Young, Cam, you don't got lions out there making babies with elephants. Make it make sense, people, right? And he's steady asking her about who America's adversary is. You said Iran, and Iran ain't did nothing to us. You talking about Israel. You interchanging America with Israel as though America is Israel. What do you know that we don't know? Is America really Israel? You right there, you the second in charge, and you married to one of them. So maybe America is Israel. Maybe Israel is America. Maybe they're the same. Maybe we're being lied to, right? Maybe that's why Israel exists. The state of Israel is only 76 years old, and it was established by a U.S. president, Harry Truman, in 1945. Well, maybe that's true. When he asked you about America's adversaries and you mentioned Israel's adversaries, because you married one. Yeah. But Donald Trump is the problem. Donald Trump is the problem. But yeah, let me put this link in the chat real quick. I'll put it up there, but here we go again, man. Give me y'all's thoughts, man. I'll read the comments. Give me y'all's thoughts in the comments, or if you want to hop on live, you know what I'm saying, you're free to do either one. And then I'll put this other little Cash App link up here. If for those, again, thank everybody that supported my little daughter for her born day anniversary. I intended, of course, to read, but I didn't, read the list of everybody that that showed they love and support and sent like little gifts for her. That was, she said, it was her best birthday ever. And then I was letting her see, all y'all that sent stuff, but I didn't want to blast y'all out because I'm controversial. I'm hot over here, so I didn't necessarily want to say y'all names. If y'all might have wanted to stay anonymous, because you get associated with Brother Cam too close, like you helping him, then they might try to dry up your little situation too if I do it publicly. So I didn't just want to do that without y'all permission. Salute, Antoine. Salute, man. Congratulations to us. We here. We just doing You know what we supposed to do? Each one teach one, each one reach one. I ain't even talking about teaching. Each one reach one and share the information that I got access to. It ain't about teaching. It's just about sharing information, sharing viewpoints. It don't mean that my way is the right way. It don't mean that I know best. But, you know, I do have a track record of success. I do have a track record of healthy, you know, relationships and healthy, clear spiritual vision and military vision. So, you know, a lot of people, you start putting out receipts like this, they get upset. Like the title, Black people are people. Emotions start running high when you show them out. You know what I'm saying? You kind of put them out there that y'all was foolish, that you chose wrong, and that you jumped off the porch publicly, emotionally, publicly, and verbally for your ops. You know what I'm saying? You jumped out there for the ops. This was not your fight. This is not your country. This is not your system. So for you to get emotional and emotionally all wrapped up in this whole election scam selection, all these people been handpicked that you didn't know nothing about. All of them is from some little intertwined bloodline family, some prepared Ivy League school, secret society type bloodline business that you don't know nothing about. But they're going to get out here and put together a good little public production, a Tyler Perry little drama movie for you to get your heartstrings, to get your emotions all riled up so you can go vote, so you can go be a monopoly piece of property for the people that's actually really playing on the board. You're not on the board playing. You just one of the properties that they're trying to stack up. They're just trying to get the most properties. Whoever get the most Black properties wins the game, because then they can put hotels and houses and shit on your back. You not benefiting. They can buy and sell you at will. They can mortgage you out. They can cash you out. You just a property in a monopoly game. You're not a player. We're not a player. Yeah. Dr. Think's son, was Malcolm emotional when he sat on Capitol Hill? When did Malcolm sit on Capitol Hill? Hop on here with me, Dr. Think's son. Here's the link. When did Malcolm? I'm a member of the Nation of Islam. Malcolm was in the nation for probably about 12 years, a little over 12 years before he left. I've been in the nation 34 years, more than twice, damn near 3 times as long as Malcolm was in the nation. So tell me about this Capitol Hill business. Tell me something we don't already know. You're talking to a vet of in the Nation of Islam, a vet in the knowledge and the history and the science of my own people, my own members of the Nation of Islam. Get on here and tell me something I don't know. Let me give you this link. Let me show you this, send you this link. There's the StreamYard link. Where you at, Dr. Think, son? Maybe I'm misunderstanding what you typed, but I be so anxious to get busy. So if I'm saying the wrong thing, I apologize. Dr. Think, longer don't mean you had the impact. You go look it up. It's photos, champ. Hop on here and talk like a man. This channel is kind of like, the followers is like 95% males and Black males, and we kind of functionally illiterate. We don't really respond off of type words. We don't really respect type words, really. If I'm on here live showing my face and you tuning in and you taking the energy to type instead of just hitting that link and hopping on and having a live convo, like men do, then I don't know what to think. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what to think. And I'm calling for it. Calling for just a civilized discussion. We ain't cussing each other out or calling each other derogatory names. I'm pretty respectful. I got a pretty long history of being respectful, regardless of how you think. Long length of history don't mean nothing, and impact don't mean nothing. I don't know if you know about my little impact. I got kind of an impact that can give Malcolm a run for his money. I think my impact can give Brother Malcolm a run for his money. You want to get on here and challenge that? Want to get on here and challenge that? Do you know rap is bigger than Black national activists? Do you know my raps have went farther than Malcolm X's speeches? Do you know that, Dr. Think, son? Hop on here and let's have a conversation. You look, I think you're a Black man. You say you're a doctor. Let's talk shop. It's all love. It's all respect. Hop on here and let's talk. Let's talk about it. You steady typing. That's not masculine, my brother. That's not masculine. I'm in front of 100 people right here. I'm calling you to hop on here and just have a talk for a few seconds or a few minutes, like a man, like men do. Men don't type to each other in public. Men don't type. You say you're a therapist, or do you do your therapy sessions on a keyboard? He said 100 ain't enough. Boy, you sound real feminine right now. One man is enough. If one man called him for a fade, it don't need to be nobody but that one man, right? But you chose to hop on here and express yourself on the keyboard instead of talking like a man. Why are y'all so scared to just talk like a man? Like, get on here live with me. I'm not cussing. I'm not cursing. I'm not dissing. Why not just hop on here and let's talk for 3 or 4 minutes? Say your piece. Ask me whatever questions you want to ask me, and I'll say my piece and ask you a few questions, and we can salute each other and go on about our way. You a doctor, man, a therapist? Man, you supposed to eat me up. You supposed to shut my mouth. I won't overtalk you or nothing. I'll be so respectful and quiet that you get your full thought out. I'll be the best patient you ever had. Come on, man. Hop on this little live with me. You seen the StreamYard link. I'm gonna put it up one more time. There you go. Excuse me. Laugh out loud. Confidence in self is the greatest ability a man can have. Yeah, I got that. But I'm not saying that I can't be faded. If you expressed a disagreement or opposition to something I said or I posted and you won't talk about it, that can't really be respected. And I'm not trying to blast you out like you shouldn't be respected, but I'm trying to get you to do some man stuff. I don't know how old you are. I don't know where you're from. I don't know if you're descendant of slaves. I don't know where you at. I don't know nothing about you. So this is how we get to know each other. If you introduce yourself to me and to the chat, to the public, like the way you did, you may as well man up. Like, just let's talk man talk right quick. Show your face like I'm doing. I'm not here to violate you. This is Atonement Day. Actually, this is the holy day of atonement, October 16th. I started out this whole live apologizing to any and everybody that I have violated, that I have done wrong to, and ask and beg their forgiveness and repentance, and let me know how I can make it up to you, those that I have violated. So why the hell would you be scared, especially on a day like this, to just get on here and show your face and have a reasonable conversation or dialogue real quick, especially on something that you disagree with? I ain't gonna repeat that, Hashim. Leroy, one thing about Black men, we're very logical about who we are voting for. It's not such and such. Cote say, Doc, please just hit the link. and represent what you stand for and believe. It's like 95, that's not enough for you, champ. He said that's not enough. I'm not big enough. My audience ain't big enough, but you over here. It's big enough for you to be over here. So you might got 97 or 100 possible new clients that will respect your mind and respect your understanding and want to, sit down and let you help heal their trauma. But if you scared to even show your face, then that ain't a good commercial, brother. Doc, not a good commercial. Maybe I need to be a therapist. Even though I am one, I got a t-shirt on and I got plain Jane walls behind me, but my track record is pretty therapeutic, pretty PhD-ish, my brother. My family, and you know what I'm saying, I got some little works to show, and I ain't got no student loan debt that I got to pay back. So it's not a factual stream. Man, do you feel kind of, funny, like having a type when a grown man is calling you out? Like me personally, the way my testicles is set up, the way my manhood is set up, I would have to hop on. I wouldn't just keep typing. I would have been hopped on, but that's just me. I ain't spend my life, in no classroom. You know what I'm saying? So if you okay with it, I'm okay with it. But yeah, man, what else is going on? Yeah, I'm out here in these streets like Kamala. Are you voting, Dr. Think son? Do you vote? Did you take the Fauci jab? Are you voting? Have you ever voted, and did you take the Fauci jab, the Fauci juice? Can you type that answer? Did you take the Fauci juice? Say you're an independent. So that means you're not voting? Are you voting for an independent candidate? Is there any independent candidates on the ballot? Is Dr. Cornel West still on the ballot? Is he independent? Did you take the Fauci jab, the Fauci juice? Since you're a doctor. Hashim, Dr. Think's son, grew up with Kamala in a middle-class family, a middle-class neighborhood. Down ballot champ, unless a racist is about to go to office. Did you take the jab is what I was asking. You steady typing. You here. I appreciate you here and interacting with me. I guess I just got to try to pull some keyboard teeth to get some to get you to, Why are you insulting the people? You say bunch of busters on here. That don't sound really therapeutic. That don't really sound like a doctor that's in control of his emotions. It sounds like you're easily offended. You know what I'm saying? I never heard, me personally, I never heard a professional therapist calling people, that probably are suffering from mental illness, a bunch of busters. Hop on here and heal us. God, doggone it. Hop on here and heal us. Say some of that good, magical, therapeutical jargon that y'all know so well. This ain't even my channel. This ain't my channel. So these people don't really know me. They just agree. They're agreeing with my sentiment. This is not my channel. This is Big Steel and Gangster Chronicle, Digital Soapbox Network, G Malone channel. This ain't my channel. You got a gang of excuses. You say ain't no cure for those that don't research for self. So if I get hit upside the head or I get in a car accident, God forbid, then I got to research before I can get help, before I can get a cure. Paramedics ain't gonna pull up on me because I didn't research paramedics. What kind of doctor is that? What kind of doctor are you? Lyle Pacquiao say Dr. Doolittle. That's what kind, huh? That's what kind, Dr. Doolittle. Bet you want more than a little when that check come, that invoice. I bet you that invoice ain't little, huh? I bet you gonna hit him with the full invoice. But yeah, man, I've been a therapist, man, for 34 years. More actually, but I've been by God's permission helping heal my people mentally and physically for about 34 years, 3.5 decades. I ain't got near diploma on my wall. I ain't got near degree on my wall. But I got hundreds of thousands of people, you know what I'm saying, that have been successfully treated and healed by God's grace through little brother Cam. Where it's only 100 people, my audience ain't big enough for you to show your face on, but it's big enough for you to be here typing. Say, Dr. Spock. Oh man. Lance Carter, doctor over there sipping on Mad Dog. Salute. Yusufar Line, salute. G from the Bay. You back, Gooch? Man, hop on here, bro. You know, we just chopping it up. Just having a good talk. Hashim Trump, 2024. Oh yeah, I ain't gonna say I'm not promoting Trump, but you can, you know, y'all can vote for whoever y'all want to vote for. Devon Cutmore, salute. Man, yeah, I ain't selling nothing. I ain't sending out no invoices. I am selling something, but I ain't, you know, it ain't required that you buy it. All you got to pay me is respect. All you got to pay me is attention and respect. That's it. If you respected me with the respectful type of attention, then you know I'm paid in full. I'm paid in full.